Hi there, Leo. Thank you for joining me for your May monthly forecast, a month which begins with the Sun and Mars still right at the top of your horoscope. This is going to support your worldly activities, the way you interact with others, the type of respect and admiration that you can garner, and of course you do love to be admired. And there is also a square between the Sun and Jupiter in your sign in the first week, which suggests that your confidence can reach a new high. However, this is one of those squares which does have a downside, and if you're overconfident or a little bit too arrogant, then it could actually create the wrong impression. But if you can just marshal your enthusiasm for a situation into understanding the type of dynamics that you have to work in terms of your work or your immediate environment, in terms of your local community, then others can actually look up to you and see you as being a real mover and shaker. Also, the Sun is going to be forging an awesome link with Pluto. And Pluto's in the part of your horoscope that's to do with the detail of things. And it's your ability to grapple with that and yet see the big picture, to show your leadership skills, which is really going to be quite to the fore. So do use this opportunity to make progress. Yet you may find someone is complaining that they're hardly seeing you. It could be a friend, it could be someone who's closer to you in terms of your family life. And this comes about due to the full moon of the 4th. But Venus and Mercury are located in a much more sociable part of your horoscope at the start of this month. And even if there are big things to go for, goals and ambitions you want to develop, it's all about people, and your ability as a networker is going to be really important, especially up until the 8th. Then Venus moves, and it moves into an area which is a little bit more reflective. It's asking you, through to the end of the month, to be mindful of the more sensitive side of relating, especially in an intimate situation. This means being more careful about nurturing, being understanding that not all communication is spoken, and if there is a little bit of an issue between you and yours, if you are in a close romantic relationship, just be careful you're not taking that person for granted, especially when Venus goes into opposition with Pluto between the 19th and the 26th. It's possible then that a relationship that's weak could actually really get to a point of no return. So you do need to be really conscious of keeping the lines of communication open. And all the commitments that you're going to have this month suggest that it is going to be difficult to keep all of the people happy all of the time. Now, there is a wonderful new moon on the 18th, and if you're going for a job interview, doing a presentation, or you are leading some kind of event, or just trying to motivate people at home, this is certainly going to help you to galvanize them. But Mercury starts to track backwards from the 19th, and it's going to be in retrograde through to the end of the month. As usual with Mercury retrograde, all sorts of things can happen when we're least expecting them, because even if we make sure what we do is really clear in terms of what we say, or we address parcels properly, make sure that our written communication is great, all sorts of technological glitches can come in and things beyond our control. So do work hard on these issues from then. On the 21st, the Sun moves into the same sociable part of your scope that is being occupied by Mercury. And this sounds great, and ordinarily it would be. But this time, the Sun is faced by an opposition along with Saturn. And this can really lead to some issues. When Mars moves on the 12th, it too is going to be in opposition with Saturn, suggesting that balancing your friendships, your social activities with your love life is an area which could prove to be challenging. And so once Venus goes into opposition with Pluto between the 19th and the 26th, this can be an even tenderer area if you're not staying fully tuned to the person that you're close to. On the other hand, if you're footloose and fancy free, you may find yourself attracted to someone who you really, really like, but the circumstances, and at least initially, may not seem to make it happen very easily. But patience is going to be important. Try not to get too frustrated. The Sun will also square up with Neptune in the last few days of this month. This one suggests that when it comes to money, group activities and idealism and money, you need to be very, very realistic and clear. Neptune can cause all sorts of twisted sort of perspectives, and confusion can also reign about the detail of situations, so to be determined to stay on top of the facts as Mercury continues its retrograde right to the end of May. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.